Welcome to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. I am your host, Mike Usnick, the host with the most, and I am joined by my lovely co-host, Pink Monarch. How you doing, darling?
Hello.
How
I'm
you
good.
doing,
How
darling?
are you?
I am doing fantastic. We are going to be joined by Jimmy Wooten of Gears. He is the drummer of Gears. Are you familiar with that band?
No.
Oh, they are very interesting. They are a combination of metal, alternative rock, R&B, and hip hop.
Oh, I love it.
They are a splash of everything, and that is what I love about them. For some reason, our live chat is not working. I have to figure that out, but it's a little bug. It happens. But how is Pink doing? How's the world of Pink?
Uh, it's been getting better.
It's been getting better. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. I'm
That
not
is
in the hospital anymore, so that's great.
That would have been fun for TV and radio. I mean, we got Pink
Right?
live in the hospital.
Yeah. Here's
Lo-
my gown.
Here's my gown. How long was you there?
2 weeks to the
Jesus.
day. Yeah.
I'm convinced hospitals are designed to hurt us, man. But
Oh yeah, 100%.
without further ado, look who just showed up in the studio. We have a handsome little gentleman back there. I'm gonna
He
go
looks
ahead.
sideways.
He is. This show turns people sideways.
Oh.
We have Jimmy Wooten, the drummer of Gears. How are you doing, brother?
Hello.
How are you doing, brother? Can you hear me? I don't know if he can hear me. He might be deaf. Oh, he might have
Oh,
bad. He
you
might have
got
bad.
the
He might have bad service. It happens. It's live TV, folks. It's live radio. It happens. We will get Jimmy Wooten on eventually. Uh, we need him on drums doing the kind of thing.
right. Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
not good at it.
I think I think we figured out the code. I think we got Jimmy Wooten on
Oh,
finally.
he's not sideways
You
anymore.
aren't sideways, bro.
Hey,
You're
what's up, man?
Hey, what up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You was a little sideways, having lagging problems, but it happens. It's live. That shit happens all the time.
Yeah. So, can you
So
hear me at all? Is it working or no?
I can hear you. There is a slight lag, so I apologize if we end up talking over top of each other. Can you still hear me, brother?
Oh, he's frozen.
I think there he goes again. There he is. We have a little bit of internet
Hi.
problems, but I can hear you, bro. It's just we have a little bit of
Okay.
issues. It'll be all right. You guys just recently released a new single, but before we dive into that, I'd like to learn a little bit more about you and Gears. You guys,
Sure.
you guys listed for your musical influences. I found this very interesting. Your musical influences is very diverse: Prince, Alice in Chains, and Deftones. How do these
hmm
influences shape your sound?
Well, I think it's just each part of it, each one of those influences kind of brings a different element. Prince, I think it's just overall musicianship and performance. With stuff like Deftones and that, it's like more like the heavy atmospheric vibe to it, melodic maybe, and just when you have influences, it's like you're not maybe taking everything from one person, but you're taking like a little piece of each different thing and putting it together to kind of like use it to where it would it fit your.
That's fucking cool though, because like that's the music I listen to, bro. I listen to Deftones, I listen to Prince, I listen to Weird Al Yankovic, I listen to it all, man. So if you include multiple genres, it is fucking incredible. And that's why I love your guys' music. When I was sent you guys, I'm like, these guys are like a mixture of fucking everything. Like you
Yeah,
guys
yeah. Well, I think versatility is one of our strengths for sure.
Yeah, dude, and that's what you need in music. I hate when people are like, "Oh, I wish this band would quit changing." No, man, changing is a big aspect in music.
Yeah, I mean, evolution, everything has to move forward. We didn't just have the same whatever for 30 years. It's that's what keeps things interesting. That's what keeps things moving forward, right?
Yeah. Like that's it's perfect, man. So, which leads to my next question, though, is you guys have a lot of.
Hmm.
You guys mentioned that you had an immediate and undeniable creative chemistry with your producer Chris Dawson. How did this collaboration impact the creative process, and what aspects did it help enhance your sound?
Well, we first met Dawson when he was, we were actually touring with his band at the time. He and Jimmy Beatty's band, Seasons After. So we just kind of really hit it off, and that was honestly a really difficult tour. Transportation problems, all over the place, and it's just a really long tour as well. So it's one of those things that we just kind of had that personal connection and had kind of been through the shit together. So once you do that, it makes it a little bit easier to trust, someone else once you've kind of been through a little bit of the war with them. So that was
Mhm.
definitely the personal chemistry, and he just really understood what we wanted to, do when we came, when we started to work together. We wanted to kind of do something different than what we had been doing previous, but we wanted to keep it together enough to still kind of have that gear sound if there was one at that time,
Mhm.
so it's like we didn't want to totally change genres, or we wanted to kind of just expand but still have some sort of signature part to us.
Bro, all due respect, though, you said change sounds. How do you change sounds when you mix everything, man? What are you gonna do, polka? Like, how?
you know it's it's funny because I always, like, when people ask, what do you think is the best part about being an independent band? And I'm like, because we can do whatever we want. We don't have any gatekeepers or anybody telling us, oh, you can't put that out. That's going to hurt the sales on this. That's going to hurt streams on this. So if we do decide to do a polka fucking song, we will.
Bro, please do help me. I'll help you write it. That'd be fucking amazing.
get your squeeze box out, right?
I look like Weird Al a little bit with a beard. Um, so you guys, though, as an independent artist, it's very impressive because you guys reached some big heights and success with your single "Wasteland." What was the inspiration behind that song, and how did its success influence the band's current direction with your music?
Well, that was technically the first session that we did with Dawson. That was the third song to come out of it.
Hmm.
So we had already kind of been through the process with a couple tracks with Dawson to kind of, we had our what do you call it, our we had our process kind of getting zeroed in and streamlined. So basically that third song that came out ended up being written in the room, opposed to where we had other songs that, we had other stuff before that to know, to do pre-production kind of. And I'm sorry, this is like this delay is like screwing with me. I'm like trying not to watch it as I talk, but I'm trying to keep eye contact because as I'm talking, it's like if you're a basketball player and you're looking up at the scoreboard, you're gonna get screwed up. So anyway,
You're good,
uh,
bro. You're good.
basically, so basically, that song Wasteland, I feel like that was written in the room. We kind of had more of a spark of a uh, inspiration there. It wasn't as planned out because it didn't have any pre-production. So I think it came out really good, and that's why I think that was selected. From like the few people that we listened, that we tried our opinions on, to do the pick which songs go to radio, which ones don't, which ones go get videos, which ones don't. So I think that was a big part of the success of it, is just because it wasn't 100% fresh yet. We had to kind of zeroed in on a process.
I like that though. That brings the true meaning to third time's the charm.
Yeah, right.
So you guys, your creative process. What is your typical approach to songwriting and recording? Are there specific rituals, methods? Is there any like main songwriter of the band, or do you all just kind of like have your own like you guys bring forth in the
No, I
direct?
wouldn't say. Yeah, I wouldn't say that there's any specific. It just depends on how so many things like the inspiration. It depends on are we starting a song from like maybe some programming ideas or a song from a guitar riff or a drum, production. Like how it's all comes several different ways. So I wouldn't say that there's really one process. And everybody pretty much contributes equally, between the members of the band and Chris Dawson and Jimmy Beatty when we work with them, and other producers we worked with previous. Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty much all hands on deck when we have to write a song.
See, I love that because I know there's some bands where like the band contributes, but there's like a main songwriter. So I wasn't sure exactly how
Right.
your guys' process was.
Yeah, no, I mean, it depends on the song because sometimes there's songs where the subject matter is something that one guy wants to write about. So they might have a little bit more to say as far as like what the subject matter in the lyric is. And then there's other ones where, it might be just, a collaborative effort to where to where everybody has, equal and we're kind of all sitting there with pens and pads trying to figure out what goes next.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a partnership, man. It's not one person in charge of
Sure.
everything. And that's what I love about bands. I hate the ones where you have that one cocky dude where he's like, "It's my band." No, it's everyone's, man.
Mm.
Yeah, and that seems to happen often than not, right?
Yeah, and it's sad. So
Yeah, very
since
sad.
since you kind of took us through the creative process, though, I'm kind of interested in
Hmm.
your latest single because I really love it. So could you take us through the songwriting process of My Curse? Were there any challenges or memorable moments that stood out during the creation of that particular track?
Yeah. So first of all, we had been kind of trying to incorporate more of like the Latin vibe and the Spanish roots into our music for a while.
Mhm.
It wasn't always something that was easy to do or necessarily came naturally, but I think Dawson and Jimmy really helped us kind of zero in on what we wanted to do there. It was one of those songs that was kind of written in the room again. We didn't really have a whole lot of pre-production done to it. Just kind of sampling out some stuff and playing drums and guitars and then the vocals and all that. And it came out. It was actually one of the more unique um, processes, I think.
Mhm.
And definitely one of the more really. I feel like I always tell people in the interviews, like I feel like my curse where don't want to say goodbye left off. So it kind of goes into that more Latin direction, but it also still has that heavier, kind of parts of the song that kind of pick gears.
Yeah, I know what you mean, dude, and I love the Latin influence that you guys had in that song. The music video was incredible. But
Mm. Thank you so much.
what made you guys choose Colombia, man? Like, is there a specific reason? Is there backstory behind that? But like, what made you choose that
Well, there's
area?
just so much. Yeah, there's just so much history there. I mean, if you look into some of the places where we were filming, Calle Ocho and or excuse me, anyways, so if you were looking at the places that we were filming it, this is a place that have like a lot of uh, um, uh, history, and they were once really dangerous places, and now they're like gone through a gentrification process, and there's more people that are, running businesses and everything, and it's almost like a tourist spot. You know what I mean? So it's like one of today's it was like one of the most cool like little. It looks like kind of reminds me of like a flea market. You know what I mean? It's very cool. Um, so, going to those places and just being in a beautiful country like that with, the fact that it does have the, uh, the Latin, roots there. And it's just, I mean, I just feel like that really kind of set the table for a really great video project.
I love it, and I've always wanted to go to Colombia. What was it like? Just,
Man, it was really cool, dude. I mean, it was a lot different. The food was so good. and,
I bet.
um, you, it, Dude, it really was. I mean, the people there, it's just like everybody was so like willing to help, and Very like, they're warm people. I had a really good time with all the people that helped us out at the video. From there's a scene in the bar. The bar owner was great. I mean, he was just taking really good care of us at like, as far as like hospitality and everything, and facilitating everything we need. I mean, it's just the people. I just can't say enough about how great the team that our director and producer Hota put together for that is awesome.
I find it very interesting because every time I ask someone what it was like for them to go to this other country or whatever, this other area, they're like, the food's amazing. And 9 times out of 10, yeah, food in another country is better than what we eat. That's a fact.
Well, I
It's
mean,
true. That's why I
yeah,
travel, though.
Like, that's
and I
fair.
also think that it. Oh, sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
Oh, I also think that we're used to what we eat, so when we go elsewhere, and you taste something new and good, it's like 10 times exponentially better because you're not used to getting it.
So, what was awesome though is you had the collaboration with all the break dancers, which adds like the Latin element to it. How hard was it to find break dancers to be in the music video, or was it just people that you already knew?
That was kind of an accident. I didn't really intend to have that, and it really became a great centerpiece for the entire video. We ran into these people, while we were shooting, and talked to them and said that they were in this group. We watched like one of their like demonstrations at Comuna Terese, and it was awesome. And we just they wanted to be a part of it, and there was a whole bunch of other people that kind of collected at the scene in that little that little bowl looking area,
Hmm.
and it really just came together pretty naturally and organically. It wasn't like there was really too much planned. I mean, we kind of went down with this thing, guerrilla style. So and at a couple times while we were shooting, there was time where Trip and I kind of looked at each other and we're like, yeah, so let's roll out of here before it gets any worse.
Well, that's cool as fuck though. You went there with no plan, just a cameraman and hope, and you left with an amazing
Yeah,
music
well,
video.
yeah. I mean, they had some nations scouted and stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, everything was pretty much guerrilla style, man. It was really, kind of throwing caution to the wind and trying to make the best thing happen that we could.
Dude, I love that. That's the best things in life happened without a plan. Like the best thing.
Right, right, right.
So you mentioned earlier that My Curse is a pretty much a precursor to Thanks for the Misery. How do you see My Curse representing the progression of the band or the evolution of the band's sound and storytelling?
Well, um, I don't know. I don't. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question is because we don't plan this stuff. Like I said, like
Fucking love
kind
it.
of, um, we try to kind of be as spontaneous as we can be. Now we've been a band for so long. Well, Trip and I have been together for so long, and we're starting to get into like several sessions with the same production people and everything. It's like trying to keep it spontaneous is the key. I think it's like you gotta constantly be looking for new ways for inspiration and stuff like that, and try and like mix it up a little bit. So
Mhm.
I don't know that anything is really intention as far as continuity, but somehow it just still comes together. And I think that's one of the things. I think if we tried to make it that way, it wouldn't end up that way at all. So it's kind of like a beautiful disaster, I guess this band is when it comes to putting together songs.
The beautiful disaster that is Gears. I love that. That should be the next album. uh, but like I said, dude, if you ever like want to do like polka, I think we could find you an accordion player, man. Fucking, I'm over here trying to get my man over here to do some hardcore slam dancing polka. So, what is your dream collaboration effort? You've collaborated with a lot of great artists over the years. Who's your dream collaboration? I can't hear you, buddy. You're muted or something. Can you hear him, Pink?
No.
All right, let me bring you down and try to bring you back up. maybe that's the problem. I'm gonna try to do something here. Place guest. I'm gonna try to do this. This might work. Things happen, folks. Oh, he ended up leaving. He might be coming back.
Oh
I
no.
I know accidents happen, man. It's like I've had this
That's what
happen a
your
lot.
mom tells you, and then just goes.
Well, honestly, like if mistakes didn't happen, I wouldn't be here doing this podcast because I'm my mom's favorite little accident. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But he'll be back. I enjoy chatting with him. He seems like a really cool fucking dude.
Yeah,
I
he's
just,
very versed in his music knowledge
yeah,
and
I just sometimes,
very articulate.
I'm just not a fan of technology. Like it brings us together, but the internet realm is still slow and laggy.
Yeah.
Like it's, but I'd like to say hi to everyone in the chat though. We do have a little chat going, and I'd like to shout out.
Yeah.
I'd also like to shout out WTHC Radio. We're now live on the air over there. But let's get some people in the chat. Joe Bashir's in the chat, and so is Danny. These two have been supporting Pink Sock since the beginning. So shout out to them. I would also like to shout out Southern Star Productions. They are incredible. I love that man. And also Floyd Emery. He shows us over on his Discord. No, on his Twitch. I think he's on Twitch. Go check him out.
I would
Trent.
love if we could hear Gears at some point. Like a
Oh,
little blip
we
or something.
we could, but I don't have a DJ license, so it'd have to be something played on the.
Oh, okay.
It'd have to be
Well, I
something.
can maybe play it later.
Okay, that works. We can play their latest
They're
single if you
on
want.
Deezer.
They should be. But guys, you
Yeah.
can follow Gears at gearsofficial.com. If he's not able to come back, that is perfectly fine. We will schedule another day where he is able to come on. But yeah, it is what it is. I've done this live shit for a while. And I had one time a guest didn't show up. I was live on the air. They were promoted to be there. Now, it was no big deal. I just did the show. That's you gotta be prepared for fuckery to happen.
Fuckery. I like that word.
Fuckery. Well, with a pink sock like mine. Sorry, I am figuring out what is going on here because this. Oh well, it is what it is. So Gears is amazing, though. I was listening to them today, their latest single, as we were promoting just now.
Nice.
It is great. It is some good
My
shit.
curse.
My curse. You have to watch the music. You have to watch the music video.
Okay.
It's you got break dancers everywhere. It's very Latin influential. They're fucking got like a blindfold on it. One of the lead singer has a blindfold on. His name's Trip. Yeah, it's a lot of cool shit in that video. It's kind of a bummer that he's having some technical difficulties because I'd like to talk about his drumming influences and all that fun shit.
Yeah.
But it happens in this lovely world. But Pink, what have you got going on in your world?
I am DJing after this. It's
Ooh,
called Nerd is the Word.
nerd is the word.
Yeah. Nerd is the word.
What influenced that name?
Um, well, because I'm a big nerd and I tend to like bands that resemble that, like either Outsiders or, you know what I mean, like Snot. Like that's a great punk band.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you had
Um,
snot. I'm like, if you have, you might you might want to get that.
um, but no, the band's Snot. If you don't know them, that's okay. But they have an album called Get Some, and it was like perfect.
I have heard of Snot.
Yeah. One of
That
my dogs is named Dobbs
Dobbs.
after, yeah, after the dog on Get Some.
We just had Jimmy rejoin us, and he ended up leaving. So I'm wondering if
Oh,
he's
I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. I
yeah,
was looking at your screen and then I was like, what the fuck was that?
yeah.
I thought Katie blew a ghost.
I mean, Katie is backstage, guys, and she does blow ghosts, but
Yeah.
it, but it's one of them things that she really does not enjoy doing.
Yeah, she literally blows
Look
ghosts.
who's back. Look who's back again. He's
Oh,
back, and then he left. I don't know what's going on. It
oh.
technology. Technology's a B. If he's unable to come back, it is what it is, guys. This is Pink Sock Podcast is a beautiful train wreck. Like Jimmy said with his band, they are a beautiful train wreck, and shit happens. But what I am going to have to do is I'm going to have to bring him back on at some point, regardless if he does come back or not. I would love to have him on because Gears is a band that I was looking forward to chatting about because they've been on my radar for a while. With their last single they released, I follow this publicity group. Their name is Tag. Shout out to Tag Publicity. But that's not who hooked me up with them. Somebody I met through them. My friend Song. Shout out to Song. With Cowgirl Zen Entertainment. She is the shit. She is the shit. Okay,
Can I throw one other thing out there?
go ahead.
We're also doing Doobies and Dragons
Ooh,
on Sunday.
there's something about stoners and dragons that go well together.
Right?
You get high, you look at the dragons, you do all that.
Yeah. Puff the Magic Dragon. Like,
Hey
you
Jimmy,
can see.
if you can hear me, brother, I know you're backstage. If you can hear me, there's a little chat. Oh, never mind. I was going to tell him there's a little chat, and he could chat with us and let us know what's going on. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what we are going to do because I know that the technical difficulties happen. So I'm going to shoot him a message really quickly. Go ahead and shout out Doobies and Dragons, talk about what it's about, and then we will get Jimmy back on or figure out what's going on. Go ahead.
Sure. So, Doobies and Dragons on WTHC on Facebook and YouTube. We'll have Doobies and Dragons, which is Dungeons and Dragons with a twist. It's influenced by cannabis and shrooms. um,
Killer combination.
yeah, and yeah, we just have shenanigans. And this particular episode 1 of the new season is starting off with an adventure called Honey Heist. And that is where they are all going to be tripping balls already. Like they're starting off in a trip and they are all bears trying to talk and be humans, but they can't talk because they're bears. So they probably just sound like "La, la, la, la." And yeah, go ahead. I know you want to say something.
No, I was just saying that I got a hold of Jimmy and he's just having some issues. Go ahead and continue what you're saying.
Oh, okay.
I love your story.
No, thanks. And yeah, so they have to figure out what they're gonna do, like come up with some kind of elaborate scheme to get honey and whatever else there is from a honey convention.
A honey convention.
Um,
Is that a thing?
yeah,
Honey?
I don't know.
Like, is it like a
It-
is it like a Renaissance fair for honey?
Maybe. We'll find out. We'll find out
Damn.
on Sunday.
That
But
is some wild shit.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. Um,
So like how did you think of that though? Like is it like just stoners love Dungeons and
it's an
Dragons?
actual adventure,
It's an
and
actual
I've just
hold
been
on.
wanting to run it.
We have
Oh, he's back.
I believe in miracles. What is wrong, you sexy thing? You he is back. I'm trying to get it to work though on our end. Don't go anywhere, brother. I'm gonna try to fix this. It is me, not you. That sounds like a relationship problem. It's probably not me, but I don't know what the deal is though. It's acting strange.
Yeah.
I can see him back there, but it's not showing up on my screen.
Yeah.
So let me try something different. I'm gonna do this.
Oh, it's got the little spinny wheel.
Yeah, it's got the spinning wheel, but we will fix this. Watch this shit. Let me go ahead and do. Oh, how the fuck do I do this? Guys, please bear with us. We have some technical difficulties really quick. Let me go ahead and do this and go ahead and do this, and he's gone. I will bring him back on. I'm
Oh.
gonna go ahead and do this setup.
All right. So this one time, oh geez, what story should I tell? What do you want to hear about? Ask me something.
I ask you something. How'd you come up with the name Pink Monarch? Is pink your favorite color, or what's going on?
Well, I mean, my mom used to call my vagina my little butterfly, and it's really weird. But she'd be like, "Wash your little butterfly," and so
That
I thought it was kind of funny to have it be like pink monarch, like those monarchs are butterflies.
that is fucking odd. Could you imagine if my father was like, your dick is my little hot dog? Like, no, it's
Yeah.
no,
I
no.
mean, you don't eat butterflies normally, so
You can.
well, maybe. Have you ever eaten a butterfly?
No, but I would try it.
Ew. Blech. I can't eat bugs.
You can't eat bugs. I actually tried one
No.
time. I had what was it? Grasshopper, chocolate covered grasshopper.
Ew. Was it good?
It was good. It was delicious.
Don't say that. That makes me all squeamish inside. Oh my god.
It doesn't taste bad.
No?
I do apologize to Jimmy if he's listening to this because I don't know if it's Eevee Mux, which is the new thing that I'm using, or if it is the pro scenes or what. But I'm going to try to bring him back. And one more time. Third time's a charm. There may be issues with this streaming platform that we're using. They say, don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we shall see. We shall find out. I may have to go back to StreamYard. Shit happens, man. That's the thing with starting new shit is you never know if it's gonna fucking work, if it's not gonna work.
Ah,
It worked with one other person, but I think this 3 people thing in pro scenes is a rough go at it. But it is what it is, Pink. It is what it is. I'm glad that we got to sit here, talk about music, and then talk about your butterfly.
right?
I think that was a great.
Anytime I can talk about my vagina, I'm like, let's slip that in there.
See, that's the thing I don't, and I'm not trying to be like sexist or anything, but like female comedians talk about theirs way too much.
Yeah.
Like way too fucking much. Like way.
Yeah. That's
And,
fair. That's
and
a fair.
and I don't like that. Because it's not that it's not it's not that it's not it's not that it's not funny. It's just
I just want you to know it's nice. That's all.
Thanks for that information.
Yeah.
Thanks for that information.
Katie's coughing.
She's coughing up.
She's like, what the fuck?
Hey, Katie, can you do me a favor? Do you mind being on screen for a split second to see if it'll work? You don't mind? Okay. I'll add you. Okay, it is working.
Katie.
So I don't know if it was on his end or not because it was doing some shit. So I'm going to try something here. Just to make sure. Because he tried 3 different devices. He said.
Yeah.
But for some reason, look at this shit. It's working.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
I can't hear her. Yeah.
I'm muted. That's why. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm not saying that it wasn't on our end, but it seems to be working for everybody else.
He is back with his camera off. So
okay, let's try something. Let's try this. I'm gonna bring you down, Katie. Can you hear me, Jimmy? I'm doing good. I'm just gonna do it this way. For some reason, we switched websites that we did this on. For some reason, it was working for my co-host,
Right.
and it was also working for my my producer, I guess we'd call her. But for some reason, on your end, it wasn't working on any devices, so I'm not sure. So we'll just do it this way.
No, can you hear me? Or you hear me without lag, whatever?
I can hear you without lag. It might just be the video. I'm not sure.
Because I figured I'd try audio first, and then if that was working okay, I'd put the camera back on.
Okay. So far, it is working. It's technology, bro. It's all right. We was just talking about Pink's butterfly. She goes by the name Pink Monarch, and we found out it's because of her vagina.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah. I don't know what the issue was, but you're not lagging anymore, so that's fantastic.
Okay.
Now we know the key. I apologize for the inconvenience, brother.
That's all right, man. I just hopefully I won't feel as stupid. Previously with the lag, I'm like literally trying to keep eye contact, trying to answer your questions, getting all like frazzled because I'm seeing the delay. And like I said, it's like if you play like a sport and you look up at the scoreboard and see it, it's like there's a delay between it, so it screws you up. I don't know, man. But here we are.
We are here. I am great. I apologize in advance. Hopefully you'll want to come back again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So where was we? Oh yeah, we was talking about your influences and all that fun shit.
Yeah, drumming.
Drumming. We're back into drumming. We are no longer talking about Pink's vagina. We are now talking about
Get off that.
We actually on this show we cover all kinds of topics.
Hold on. I have a feeling that they're probably a lot more interested in Pink's vagina than my drumming. Just put me in the backstage and hit me up on Messenger when you're ready for me to come back. Because right now, there's dudes all over the place like, no, we don't care about Jimmy.
No, it's funny because our podcast, we do tend to get a little controversial because people don't like talking about that kind of. But you know what a pink sock is, bro?
No. I'm curious. When I saw it, the thing show up on my Google Calendar, I was like, well, that's interesting. You know.
Pink sock is actually a slang term. Ever heard of Urban Dictionary?
Of course.
Yeah, it is slang term for a prolapsed rectum.
Okay.
So that's why I interview mostly musicians and comedians, because you guys can take that kind of joke. A lot of like other people just fucking can't, bro.
Yeah, you're probably right on that.
I think the question we were on is, what are your dream collaboration efforts? You've collaborated with a lot of great artists, but is there one that you haven't yet that you would love to?
Man, I don't know. There's just so many there. I mean, I think I'm out of the box, man. I think like it would be cool to like collaborate with a guy like, I don't know, Bruno Mars, or
Bro,
someone
that's
like,
fucking cool.
yeah, like something like that people wouldn't expect, from a heavier rock band. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have any like.
Michael Bublé.
I don't know if that would work. I kind of look at him and like Tony Bennett as like arch nemesis, and I'm on Tony's side. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I mean, you could always do what the hell's his name? The guy that does When a Man Loves a Woman.
Michael Bolton.
Yeah, you should do maybe. Michael Bolton, bro. He there's actually a rumor that he tried out for Black Sabbath.
Really?
Yeah, could you imagine that shit?
That would have been really interesting, I guess, right?
Yeah, General.
I mean, was this when I would assume when Ronnie James Dio got the gig? Or that would be when he.
I think this was either then or when Ronnie left and they replaced him with Tony Martin.
Okay. I was curious. Well, which spot he would have been in, That
would have been weird, because could you imagine him doing Heaven and Hell and shit?
No, not even remotely, dude. Not even remotely. And that's like one of those things that, like the butterfly effect, that could have changed the trajectory of all of the universe, and we never know what it would have been like.
Yeah, would Ozzy would have ever rejoined Sabbath? Would they have just been a love-making? Could you imagine a love-making cult band?
Or maybe Michael Bolton convinced Black Sabbath to become a lounge act.
Bro, that would have been fucking hilarious. Ever listen to Richard Cheese?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of style.
Yeah, exactly. Like when he does like the Rage Against the Machine, like in lounge act style. Yeah.
Generals gathered in their masses.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. This is the kind of thing I like to do, though, is as I did earlier, I was throwing questions at you, but I also like to get to know the guest and talk about shit people don't normally talk about, because you got to admit, doing interviews is a bit boring at times. You're like, I'm answering the same goddamn questions. We ain't talking about none of that fucking porn or none of that. What the hell? What's the point? And I would like you to know, though, you're always more than welcome to come back on this fucked up show if you'd love to. If not,
sure.
If not, block my number. It's okay. I understand.
No, never. Now that you just have to like make sure that your tech, KD, make sure you rename the settings for Jimmy, because apparently his shit sucks.
I don't know what the issue was, though, bro, because you said you tried on 3 different devices, man. And
dude, I even went off my Wi-Fi, because I was like, okay, maybe something screwed up here in my little studio, because it's on the second level of my house.
Oh, okay.
So I even went downstairs, outside, turned my Wi-Fi off on my phone, and tried to get on, and I couldn't. It kept just giving me an error. It would like say, let's test the mic, and then go back, and then it just over and over. It was like a vicious cycle of like, fuck me, go fuck yourself,
Well, next time you're on, we'll get another member of Gears whose shit works, so that if yours doesn't, we can just bring him on.
Okay, sounds good. Just skip right over me altogether. Yeah, I'm boring anyway.
You're not boring, bro.
Just so you know, the reason I end up doing most of these is because I'm the only reliable and punctual member anyway. So good luck with that.
Are you saying that your other members don't talk?
They don't do as much.
Damn, dude. But I like it. I love talking to people. I love getting to know people. But with my sense of humor, I have to slowly work my way into it. Because you got to admit, these interviews are fucking awkward. It's somebody who don't know the other person, just meeting them live on a show.
Yeah, generally, generally it's like sometimes when I'm doing an interview with there's people that I've been doing interviews with for 10, 15 years now over the years in
Yeah,
different bands. So it's like those people we kind of pick up where we leave off. We talk twice a year, so there's always plenty of time to catch up and all that stuff. So it's just starting a new quote unquote, relationship, friendship, whatever.
that's
But
what I view it as.
when you do it like video, like stuff in this where it's live, it's like I was like, okay, sample questions, anything? Like, no. So we're just gonna raw dog this shit, right? Awesome,
Well,
great.
normally I don't have any questions prepared. I just talk shit and let the person promote whatever the fuck they want to promote. Because
Yeah.
I love the off the cuff shit. Because the thing is
Sure.
if you have questions planned, you can have a show planned to a T, and it's not going to go the way you wanted it to. It's not.
Oh, dude, no way. Nothing ever goes to plan in show business. Are you kidding?
Like I told Pink,
That would be too easy.
like I told Pink over here, I'm like, mistakes happen. If they didn't, I wouldn't be here, bro. I'm my mom's favorite accident, bro.
Yeah, probably same for me, bud. Same for me.
Yeah, if you guys ever need an opening act, I do stand-up comedy, but I sometimes do it sitting.
Okay.
Because
So,
I'm lazy.
you do sit down comedy?
Sit down comedy.
That's awesome.
So I got a question for you. We are actually airing right now on a station called WTHC Radio. They're a cannabis-themed radio station. Are you in a state where it's legal, and are you one that partakes? No judgment. You don't have to lie.
Dude, I don't. It's funny. I always get this question because I have dreadlocks, and I have had dreadlocks for a long time. Weed is not one of my things. I can be tired, hungry, and paranoid all by myself. I don't need substances. I'm a bit of a neurotic kind of person. I have my own things, but I live in Kentucky,
Mhm.
so I do believe it is legal, and I don't think it's recreational yet. I think you can do like maybe the card or something. I know there's, I don't know.
See, it's
Really.
not for everyone, and honestly, with the science behind it, it doesn't. It's weird to explain because sometimes all the different strains will make people paranoid, and other times certain ones will, or whatever. And sometimes it's not really worth the science.
Yeah, I mean, if I had a dime for every time somebody told me, "Oh, you just got the wrong weed, bro," and I'm like, okay, well, I don't have time to experiment with 80 different strains of fucking weed to find one that helps me. So I'll just go through life raw dogging it.
That's understandable, bro. The reason why I experiment with it is it's no different than experimenting with different medication.
Sure.
I'd rather do that than be on like pills that make me want to hurt people.
Dude, I'm not trying to do that either. You know what I mean? I feel like I have a dangerous body chemistry, so it's like just better leave it alone than not mess
But
with it.
since you have dreads, though, you have to shave them off now that you openly admit. I'm just kidding. You're like I have dreads. I don't smoke weed. I'm like, well, you gotta.
Yeah, everybody always asks, and they're like, and when I tell them, they kind of look at me like, but dreadlocks, and I'm like, yeah, I know, it's weird. I'm a unicorn.
Good stereotype, though. Good stereotype. Because some of the best weed I ever bought in my youth was from a guy with dreadlocks.
Probably 80% of the time it worked every time, right?
Yeah, it does. Well, actually, 80% of the time it worked every time. I get the movie reference. Wasn't that Anchorman?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I didn't mean it that, because then I would have said, what is it, 60% of the time it works every time? Is that what it was?
67% of the time it works every
Yeah.
time. So you guys, your band, I love this because you guys have no like plans. You guys don't really make goals. You just do shit. And like, I love that because that's how I do my comedy, bro. People book me for shows and they're like, what jokes are you going to tell? And I'm like, I have ADHD, bro. When I go on stage, I'm a thread, I guess, because I don't even know what the fuck I'm going to say.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that we don't have goals or we don't have plans, and that's just kind of hovering out there. I mean, it's like everything we do is actually very well calculated. It's just we have to kind of figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And as far as the music goes, we try to keep the spontaneity in the music. But everything else, I mean, we have to run our band just like every other business. If it's making money, it's great. If it's losing money, we got to figure out why the fuck we're losing money. So it's like, that's why, touring, as much as everybody wants us back out on the road, and I get asked the question a million times a day, 10 times a week, when are you guys getting back on the road? I can't answer that question. Now, I know we do have some dates confirmed for the future now, so I can say that once we are ready to announce them. But at the same time, it's like, it doesn't really, it has to make sense. We can't go out and jeopardize our financial situations anymore. We're not 21-year-old kids. We're a little bit younger than that, or we're a little bit older than that now. So
you're a little bit younger than that. Damn, dude, you age
older.
backwards.
Older. Sorry.
You're good. You're good, bro. You sure you don't smoke weed? I'm just kidding.
Positive. No, dude, I'm just now finally like getting like unfrazzled from the first half of the fucking interview, bro. Like,
you did great. You did great. I was awful. I need to do my makeup next time.
I'm like sweating and like I'm looking at it and I see words going across my face. I'm like, what the fuck is this, dude? Like, I don't even know. But anyway,
welcome to the shit show.
It was an interesting experience.
You're good. I prepare people for the worst. That's what I do. I am a trendsetter. So since we did say that everything you guys do is you articulate it and you get it all ready, what is your vision for the future? Like, what do you have more music that you're already working on? Or?
Oh yeah, we got a couple ideas for some new songs, some new music.
We're still here, by the way. We just put you up.
We are definitely going to try to get some more music out and get back on the road in 2024. Looking like some stuff in June and maybe beyond that. But yeah, man, I mean, we're just trying to get everything set up to where we can come out and see everybody, play some shows.
That's cool as fuck. If you ever come to like Columbus, Ohio, Pittsburgh, PA, or Wheeling,
Columbus, Ohio. Last time we played there, Newport, was at the Newport. We were with All That Remains on that tour. That was like 2018 or 19. Cool. But no, we love Columbus. I don't live far from there, so I used to go up and see. I had friends coming through on tour that didn't, come anywhere close to me. Sometimes my wife and I would go up there and see some friends. And then Pittsburgh, you said?
Yeah, either direction. Same direction for me.
Where are you at? Where's your actual like home base? Are you like kind of in the middle of the two? Is that what's going on?
I'm about an hour and a half from PA, hour and a half from Columbus. The only other big venue is Wheeling, West Virginia, and it's 20 minutes away.
Oh, okay. Are you in West Virginia?
No, I'm in Ohio. I am right on the river.
Okay.
I live about 20 minutes from Wheeling.
Like Mason, that area?
Like out towards St. Clairsville area.
Okay. Yeah, no, dude,
he's coming over.
Gears has a very special relationship with West Virginia. I think we've blown more transmissions in the hills of West Virginia than any other state. In any band ever. It's like every time we crossed over the border of West Virginia, it was like, be ready because our bus is going to take a shit right about now.
At least you have it timed.
It was every time. I mean, at least it was consistent, right? So.
Well, them West Virginia roads are awful, so I don't blow a tire.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, we were traveling in like, those shuttle buses we had converted over like bunks and, little mini tour bus. And those things just aren't designed to go a whole lot of miles with pulling a 2,000-pound trailer. So it's just like, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy when you get into one of those, and that's like the worst. But it was just ironic that every time it happened, like, in West Virginia, not necessarily specifically on the way to one certain venue, but in West Virginia.
I was gonna say I'd quit going to that venue, bro.
Yeah. I don't even remember which one it was. I just remember West Virginia, dude. I remember being like on a hill like that, like with the what do you call it? The hood popped, trying to figure out what was going on. That particular one was like a blown head gasket. But I just remember being like really, really tall.
Fuck. Have you ever been to Mr. Smalls?
Mr. Small. Oh yeah, in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we played there.
it's similar to Altar Bar if you ever been to Altar Bar.
I have.
It's a church. They took a church
Yep.
and turned it into a fucking venue. I saw Guar there and I'm like, and it was interesting when Guar performed because they were in a church and one of the parts of their set is they had this priest and they took a cross and put it in places. But that's Guar. Do you listen to Guar?
Oh yeah. I
Fucking
like.
yeah.
I've actually seen him a couple times. I wore my white shirt. Probably was like one of the only 5 times that I've worn white in the last 20 years. And yeah, we had a good time. I saw him at I used to live in Los Angeles for like 14 years, and saw him at the Sunset House of Blues.
Was that pre or post Odorous?
Pre.
Okay.
Oh, with Odorous, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking cool. A buddy of mine went and saw them in Australia, and it was their last Australian show, and he got to meet Dave Brockie that night.
Oh, nice.
And he said he was
Yeah,
really
definitely
nice.
not. I haven't seen the band live post him, but I'm assuming that it's probably just as good but different. You know what I mean?
It is.
Just because of the theatrics involved. But I mean, that dude, he's one of those guys that just like kind of, you think of a personification of a character. You know, that's him.
He's wild, and I never got to see. I'm the opposite. I never got to see them with Dave. I saw them twice with Blothar, who is Michael Bishop. He is actually the original bassist of the band. He was the original Beefcake. And
Okay.
and he actually sung for Guar before, so he's an original member. He left for a while, and they are amazing with him. He even does like Odorous songs, and he sounds great. It's not the same, but it's great.
Yeah, but with him having been in the band previous, it's like I feel like he can kind of step into that role and do those songs where someone else that they may have gotten elsewhere might have a problem, like from the fans' point of view.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, he shouldn't do that song because, you know, this, that. So since he was there from the beginning, you know, he probably has a little bit more of a pull there, I would think.
Well, they're one of those bands, though, is due to their backstory and their all that shit. They can do that. They can just keep replacing members. And even the band current lineup said that people are mad within the family of Dave that they're continuing on without him. But even Dave said in interviews that this band is going to continue on years after we're all dead.
Right. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it's an institution at this point.
Yeah.
You know, same thing as like, you know, that Kiss says, you know, they're going to have their band happening, you know, long after they're gone, you know, and
the thing with Kiss is they can't let it go. That's the thing with Kiss.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm in no position to tell anybody how to like live their life, what to do with their art, or how to make their money.
True.
You know, but it's like, so, I mean, I say if there's a market for it, then do it. You know, if people want to see that, then do it. You know, why not?
I'm iffy about, like, I'm the same way. Like, do what you do, but I still have my opinion on it. Kiss is now, instead of replacing the Gene and Paul, they're talking about doing an AI performance where it's like pre-recorded shit in a AI band up on stage. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'd watch a movie at that point.
I don't know how I would react to that either. I'm not really. I mean, it's like you said, it's kind of like, okay, well, I never really understood, you know, I get the live show, but when I go see a band play live, it's like, I kind of want to see something, you know, like they don't have to be like, you know, jam band, like Fish and just go off onto like a musical tangent for 20 minutes. But I want to see something like different other than, you know, otherwise, why wouldn't I just, you know, sit in my like, you know, house and listen to the songs, listen to the records, you know, if I wanted to hear it record right, you know, so I like those, you know, certain embellishments performance wise, or maybe, even something as funny as like a funny part in the show where someone might make a mistake and that you see the band react to each other to it, in a positive way, not like somebody make a mistake and then like the singer goes and smacks the guitar player with a mic stand or something like that.
What I like that some bands do is they do skits, like they have live videos of like funny skits or moments of the band while they're changing songs and shit.
Oh yeah, like and I mean that's another cool part about it is the the segues and the production value. You know what I mean? Like you see like huge bands have a lot of production value to their show. I mean they can always obviously see a whole lot of like they can do more like video and more things like they have an animation or maybe they have like you said, skits, or maybe they have something like really full production out, to do in between songs rather than like where you come to a Gear show, like we might have like some cool sonics that happen in between songs. That's about all you're going to get. We don't have any videos or anything like that.
I mean, you can easily make them though, bro. I saw this one. It was a good example is Rush. Before they did the song Tom Sawyer, they played an episode, part of South Park, because the South Park episode mentioned them. They were legally allowed, like South Park allowed them to. And it was basically Cartman. He's like, all right, guys, on 1, 2, 3, we're going to sing it. Like he was singing the lyrics wrong. And like, no, this is how the song goes. And then it went to the actual Rush live performing it.
Nice.
And I think it was a nice transition, like for comedy and shit. So
yeah, I mean, plus Rush is from Canada. Those guys are from Canada, so they're probably like they were probably more than happy to have them use their stuff at their concert.
Right, Rush is Canadian legends, bro. And speaking of having health care, Pink over here is from Canada.
Oh, okay, right on. There you go.
That's why she's so friendly. That's what she's
and apologetic.
Yeah, she apologized a lot. It's not the trauma; she's just Canadian.
That's funny, man. That's funny.
So I do have a final question before we wrap things up. Is there a message of gratitude or acknowledgement that the band, particularly you, of course, because you're the one here, would like to convey to the fans who have supported My Curse and contributed to its and your success?
No, I'm always thankful for anybody who streams the music, buys the merch, comes to the shows when we have them. There's always a very huge amount of gratitude for everybody that follows the band and anybody who helps spread the band. Even members of the media and press like yourselves that have these podcasts that let us get across to different audiences and introduce us to new people.
You guys are always welcome on this show. We always tell our guests that we're good guests. No offense to the ones that weren't, but you're more than welcome back on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll definitely be back.
No problem, dude. And even if you don't have anything to talk about, whenever we don't have guests, we just talk about random shit anyway. So if you are listening and you hear something that you like to add to, we have the link's going to be the same every time.
Oh, okay. Sounds good, man. Thank you so much.
So no problem, brother. Is there anything else that you would like to promote?
Not really, man. I just, like I said, we have the single out, My Curse, the video. I appreciate you guys having me out.
Of course.
And I'd love to come back sometime. Thanks.
Of course. Let's have you back when everything's working in tip-top shape. It went well, though. We filled the void with Pink's vagina. It was great. I wish you could have been here. Because you could have.
And now everybody who's been waiting for me to stop fucking talking and get the hell out of here so you can go back to Pink's vagina.
I love you, bro. Thank you for coming. His internet, I think, messed up. And it's a great way.
I'm still here. I'm still here. I did a production thing. That was my exit.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That. Fine. I was going to find where the camera button is and get out of here. Now you messed up my exit, man.
I'm sorry.
I messed up my entrance, and now you messed up my exit.
Okay, here, let me do it. Let me do a better exit. I love you. I love you. Thanks for coming. I mean this with the utmost love. Go fuck off. Love you. That was Jimmy. See you, brother.
Bye.
That was Jimmy Wooten of Gears. For more information, you could visit Gears' official website at gearsofficial.com. gmail.com. He's still in the backstage area, but he muted his mic and stuff. All you have to do is X out of the page, brother. There you go. So, Pink, go ahead and promote everything going on at WTHC Radio, since they were very nice to allow us to broadcast over there, and then we can take the DJing privileges to Pink. She'll be DJing over at WTHC Radio. Go ahead.
I will. Everything that's going on, Jesus. They have a new show called The Hot Box.
Yeah, they do.
Does Katie know when that is aired? I know it was yesterday, but
here she is. She knows more than all of us.
Yeah.
I can't hear you, Katie. You're muted.
That's because my other mic was muted. I forgot I have 2 mute buttons. Sorry.
We got Katie, 2 mics over here.
Yeah, 2 mics. 2 mics. 3 mics. There's another mic.
All there is.
Yes. So we're the Hot Box is going to be live Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 8 p.m. to midnight. So.
Oh shit! Monday through Friday.
Yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just next week, we have 3 specials we're airing.
Okay.
Future shows after that, we're still programming our network, so we'll figure that out and let you guys know as soon as we know. We've also got Pink's game show coming up next.
Yeah.
Out. Woo! The word with Pink.
Yeah.
We have.
You have a lot of shit.
Yeah, we do. And Pink Sock Podcast, of course, every Saturday.
The only thing I can think of though that would be a bit of a issue is there is one podcast that I know you guys wanted on there, but they are live the same time as the Hot Box on Fridays, I think, or Mondays.
Okay, which one?
I'm going to give a shout out to him right now. My buddy Matt Coop over with Dabbing with Dads.
Ah, okay.
Theirs is on Fridays, but we can always have it on Saturdays, pre-recorded or whatever.
Sure. Well, we can always. We're still scheduling the Hot Box, so we can take that into consideration too.
Okay. And I might have to move Pink Sock back to Mondays at noon. I might.
Okay. All right. Just keep us posted, and we'll figure it out.
I'll let everybody know because we do have listeners. Believe it or not, people listen to this shit.
That little chat box is moving sometimes.
Yeah,
so.
It's moving.
Yeah.
But guys, thank you for listening to another edition of Pink Sock Podcast. That was Jimmy Wooten of Gears. What an amazing fella. And I love you all. And as always, remember, live long.